Moscow Red Legion finally made the semifinals for the first time this year at the last PSP event. They lost to Nemesis Archaeos in the semis and finished fourth. But this has been a successful rebuilding year for one of the most legendary teams in the PSP. Moscow Red Legion has improved every event after starting in the Challengers Division and taking 19th place in Dallas. And they were able to make it back into the Champions Division at the second event in Maryland. They carry a deep roster, but their French mercenaries, combined with a few of their Russian veterans, have gotten the lion's share of spins in order to keep the team competitive and keep their hopes alive, while they allow their young Russian killers to evolve and upgrade their skills. Russians Kirill Peridny and Denis Golev will need to continue to lead by example on the field, and French stars Franck Charbon, Fabrice Colombo, and Kevin Klum must continue to play aggressive, and they will have the chance to do so on this attack-heavy field layout. If a few of the younger Russians, like Kulagin and Smotrov, step up, World Cup could be Red Legion's best chance to win a tournament. Since dropping down to the Challengers Division after a disappointing finish in Chicago, San Antonio X Factor dominated the lower pro division at the West Coast Open, completely destroying Aftershock in their semifinal matchup and solidly beating Baltimore Revo in the final. So X Factor is back in the Champions Division, the hardest test in paintball, to defend their 2013 World Cup victory. X Factor's roster is virtually the same as it was during the World Cup win, and they've proven capable of victory with this crew in the past. Colt Roberts is a wrecking ball on the D side and up in the center, and Archie Montemayor has a huge lead on the rest of the league in the running for the Top Gun award. The numbers he's put up this year have been nothing short of astounding. Since X Factor plays best on the attack, this aggressive layout should work in their favor. They have great snake presence with Billy Bernaccia, Dmitry Ninos, and Michael Kovar, and Grayson Goff and Scott Kemp can step up in big games on the D side. The boys from Texas are going to be very hungry to get back onto the podium, and the World Cup presents the biggest opportunity of the year.
Welcome back here, 2014 PSP World Cup. I'm Matty Marshall with Todd Martinez and Chris Lasoya. The Champions Division is about to go down. First game, Moscow Red Legion, San Antonio X Factor. And this is an interesting matchup. X Factor, just like we looked at in the scouting reports, they just got back from the Challengers Division. Moscow Red Legion spent 2 events down there at the early part of the year, but really have been improving, man. The French guys on that team, Louis Vlot, Chambon, those guys can play the game. They're young Russian killers starting to get better, but can they catalyze and make that happen here? The biggest test of paint we're about to find out. Or is X Factor going to finally get it together this year and repeat as world champions? So on the first point, aggressive breakout for both teams into the snake. And it looks like the referee is checking out player for Moscow Red Legion. And it looks like no one has died from either team. Oh, first to strike is X Factor as a body drops early here for Moscow Red Legion. And it's Kuchikasev. He is the first player to come off. And as Anton takes the walk. So one body advantage right now for X Factor. Colt Roberts, Billy Bernaccia, Derek Jordan, Archie Montemayor, and Michael Kovar in on this first point.
Playing real aggressive. 2 in the snake on your screen right there for X Factor, Todd. Going aggressive real hard. And on the 50 side of the snake, 50 side Dorito as well.
Yeah, looks like Moscow Red Legion feeling the pressure from that Dorito side as they're going to lose Vulu over there out of the snake side corner. Archie Montemayor going to jump up and run down the highway and bunker out snake 2 for the Legion.
Yeah, and Archie's pumped, man, putting some more kills on the board, trying to maintain his dude. He has a massive lead on the rest of the field for that Top Gun title. The next closest guy is Marcelo Margot from the Los Angeles Ironman, ranked 2nd heading in. Go to go to Paintball Access on our stats side and check out all the stats. And also there's a year in review, the entire season for each team broken down. So look at this, Archie Montemayor down the highway, and the gun had just shifted. So Archie shoots him, switches hands. Shot that guy left-handed, and then he switched his hands right-handed to take out the last players left alive for Moscow. And it was, their French mercenaries, Colombo, Bizon, Vlot, and Kevin Klum, all awesome players, man. Those guys have done such a good job. It's a huge pickup, I felt, for the Moscow Red Legion franchise to go and get some seasoned vets to give them some time to, incubate that Russian talent, those young guys. They have so many young, up-and-coming players on that team. They just need to get them some experience, but they've been getting better. But man, first to strike, first to score. San Antonio X Factor scored now 1-0, and you look at the game matchup on your screen. Red Legion, like I said, been getting better. This one's really close. X Factor underperforming this year. They know it. They won the championship last year, and the best they did was 3rd. So they do have a better placing than Red Legion. The best they've done is 4th. So both these teams have made the semifinals, but again, Moscow has been getting better, and they just made the semifinals at the last event in the Champions Division, and X Factor's coming up from the Challengers Division, though they did look pretty amazing down there, and rightfully so. So this is going to be an interesting one. Can Moscow try to tie this one up? We're going to find out here.
You know,
this game brought to you by Planet Eclipse.
You speak about overseas players, man. There's people overseas right now watching this webcast, the Silent Paintball in the UK. I mean, there's a lot of people across the world that's watched. They get up and they stay up all night.
That's what I love about the World Cup. I love coming to the World Cup because you know, yesterday walking around, meeting people from all over, South America, Europe, seeing people I hadn't seen in a long time from some of the longer running teams from Europe. And it's just a great event, man. You know, this is definitely a must-do bucket list thing if you're a paintball player. You got to get to the World Cup at some point. So here we go on the breakout. X Factor now on the right-hand side of your screen as these teams switch sides. Moscow on your left. No one in the snake yet. Archie perched to go, though. And it looks like a body dropping. I think that's Chambon. No, it's Kirill Peridny. So Kirill Peridny comes off for Moscow Red Legion. Longest running member of the team right now. And it looks like Smotrov is also coming off as well, too. So X Factor looking good early on, Todd.
Yeah, Archie over here now in the Snake 3 for X Factor, trying to pinch out the Dorito side temple across the field. He's able to get him just one body left in the Snake side corner, and he is going to get shot from that Dorito side of the field. Kirill, you know, in the beginning of that game, went to the big Dorito on the Snake side and got snipered all the way across from that Dorito side corner. Really dropped the locks for Moscow Red Legion and just freed up X Factor to come right in that snake. So X Factor in control right now, going up 2 quick, solid points, 17:45 left to go. We'll be right back after these messages.
Welcome back to your Fantasy of Flight. Here, a little outside of Orlando, Florida. And right now, San Antonio X Factor looking really good here in these initial points against Moscow Red Legion with 17 minutes and 45 seconds to go. You can see there the eye in the sky. Beautiful grass,
you just
beautiful
can't
day.
beat the view. You can't beat the view here.
Yeah, I mean, we've been plagued by bad weather this year. It was a little hot on West Coast Open. It wasn't that bad at all, and that had really good grass too. This is definitely so far, knock on wood, the best we've had so far this season, and rightfully so, man. It's the World Cup. So can Moscow step up here, try to tie this game up? They send a mixed line out. Actually, no, it looks like 4 of their French stars. They got Pizon, Voulot, Klum, and Colombo. And Kuchgasev is going to be out there, the lone Russian right now. But that's one of those younger guys that needs to get those spins, try to get that, you know, that experience.
And still in the breakout, X Factor just destroying at least 1 or 2 players on the Moscow Red Legion team.
And playing real aggressive. You know, X Factor known as an aggressive team. They like to throw blows, and now pushing aggressively up on that D side in the 50 and also in the snake. Billy Bernaccia getting up into notch 2 of the snake. Looking at him on your screen right now, trying to get that crossfield shot. He's looking to go. No one in front of him. He really could just keep going all the way down.
He's just go down and murder these guys. I mean,
I think he just caught one crossfield. Still a body left alive for Moscow. Back corner bunker, D side of the field. And looking at 5 bodies still alive for X Factor. So far right now, X Factor looking masterful in this game. You know, we saw that Infamous matchup before this one, how well Infamous looked and how well prepared they looked. All their guys knew their shots. Definitely looking like they had done their homework on this field, and X Factor's looking the same way.
Yeah, X Factor looking real solid right now. Threw a little change up in there at the end right before that breakout. Shot one body off the Dorito side. Then Archie took off through the middle, up straight to the 50. Dorito started going to work on the snake side of the field. So good little triple set of game plans right here for San Antonio X Factor. Getting kills, making aggressive secondary bumps, and then doing a really good job of closing out games right now. There's
Yeah,
Dixon
I
Yang.
don't really see any holes, at least in these first 3 points, in X Factor's line. They're playing aggressive. They're shooting players off the break. They're capitalizing on the advantages that they create. Haven't got any penalties yet. Everything's looking real solid. I mean, they only lost 1 body in that last point. So, score 3-0, 16-12 to go. We're going to be right back after this.
Hey, John, come in here.
Taking a look in San Antonio X Factor's pits right now. There's Billy Bernacci, a snake player for the defending world champions. Again, very hungry team from X Factor. You talk to those guys, they really want to come in here and make another statement to the league saying, hey, we are still a top team. We didn't have the year that we wanted to have and had to end up playing an event down in the Challengers Division, but they fought their way back mightily, decimating pretty much everyone they played at the West Coast Open to earn the right to play in the Champions Division again, and looking masterful so far in these first 3 points. Moscow Red Legion needs to get something going, and it looks like they've switched it up, Todd. They are now sending a full Russian line in here with Pridny, Smotrov, Kulagin, Skvalnovich, and Golev.
Let's see if they can get any kills on the break. Looks like they get 1. They get Ninos coming all the way out to the snake, but they shoot 1 Red Legion body coming out to the snake side corner as well. And X Factor, again, able to come all the way down. Michael Kovar going to get on Red Legion's side of the field. He's going to crawl all the way down, unabated, get into their side of the field, and just start teeing off on Red Legion players.
Yeah, Kovar
jeez.
making it look easy over here on the snake side. So even though they had lost a body early in Dmitry Ninos, that's the only body that dropped for X Factor, as Scotty Kemp going to town over there on the D side, along with Grayson Goff and Michael Kovar getting himself a 3-pack.
You know what? That was really quick. And it's talk about taking advantage of the situation. Man, they shoot that corner guy, and Kovar just comes down the snake blazing.
Well, you know, in this division here with Arc Chaos Legion, Ironman, Houston Heat, and X Factor, it would be really big right now for X Factor to come up and put a huge win up on Moscow for that oh so important point spread. You know, as we see, that's why it's so interesting to watch these 3-day tournaments. Day 1, question is who showed up? You know, who wants to win this event? Who prepared? So far, Infamous looking real good in the Challengers Division. Top Gun Union looked pretty solid, beating Excessive up, but Excessive made a ton of mistakes. And right now, X Factor is just putting it on Moscow. 4-0 is the score. 15:23 to go, so still a lot of time left. We're going to be right back after this.
He's trying to drop right there.
points right now still on San Antonio X Factor side. You can see Houston Heat getting ready to roll for their huge first game against Art Chaos. Well, right now we're still in this Moscow Red Legion San Antonio X Factor matchup. And the referee's in there checking out number 21 for X Factor, Billy Bernaccia, who pulls up before the snake, and it looks like Smotrov is going to come off early for Moscow Red Legion. So 4 bodies left alive for Moscow. They lose another one over there now, this time on the D side. So just 3 players. Oh, but it looks like Scotty Kemp and Michael Kovar both die for X Factor. So even up on the body counts, Archie Montemayor, Billy Bernaccia, and Dixon Yang left alive. They're on the left-hand side of your screen playing for X Factor. There's Archie Montemayor, our Top Gun leader.
And there goes another Moscow Red Legion player off that Dorito side. So just 2 bodies left alive now for Red Legion. Archie Montemayor over there on the Dorito side in the temple. Billy Bernaccia diving across. I'm sorry, 3 bodies left alive for Moscow Red Legion. We got 1 in the A. He's going to back up and see if he can get a shot on Billy. Legion now into the 50 Dorito. Archie jumps out to the Dorito side corner. Billy Bernaccia in the wedge before the snake. Not sure if he knows whether or not the Legion player is in the A, bearing down on him right now.
Well, Todd, this is the point right here, man. They can't let it slip any farther away than this. If you're a Moscow Red Legion fan out there, they're really begging that these guys can get a shot.
Oh, Billy Bernaccia getting the shot. Now coming down, he's going to come down and just ruin that A.
Yeah, so Kuchgaska, one of the rookies for Moscow Red Legion, just got owned by Billy Bernaccia, which really puts Kevin Klum, the Frenchman, in a bad spot, because he ends up getting run down by Dixon Yang. So solid work by Yang, Bernaccia, and Montemayor. Even though they did not have the position, the field position, just a couple gunfight wins and a rundown. Solid work, man. So now this was an interesting point for X Factor. They got put to the test there. They lost some bodies early, but they were able to, suck it up and win some gunfights and get right back in it and win another point. So now 5-0 is the score. Archie Montemayor just running a racket continually all year long. Anytime he's been in the Champions Division, 6 confirmed kills for him. But definitely shout out to Billy Bernaccia winning that gunfight. That was huge because, that having Kuchgaska in the snake was the guy right there that needed to do it for Moscow, and not able to get it done, loses that gunfight.
Yep, and X Factor 5-0. 5 straight points running up on Moscow Red Legion. It looks like we got Lauren Kelly down on the sideline. Lauren, what's happening?
Hey guys, I am down here with Dixon Yang and X Factor's pit. Now you guys are doing a stellar job right now. You've gotten 5 points in less than 7 minutes, which is really, really impressive. Now you struggled a bit this season, especially during the last 2 events where you got 9th and 11th. What were some things you guys learned as a team that you needed to work on to make sure you could come out here and have a strong showing in the prelim?
Well, it's all about believing in each other, and getting knocked down to the Challengers Division definitely was a gut check for us. And we went back home, back to the drawing board, and went back to the basics, drilling, and believing in each other.
Absolutely. Now, you guys won this event last year. You won World Cup, and obviously, of course, everyone here wants to do the same thing. Coming into this, do you feel like this field layout is going to lend you to get those wins that you need to get into the semifinals?
Absolutely. This is a fast field, and that's where that's our roots. Fast playing fields.
All right. We'll see if X Factor can keep this huge lead. Back to you guys.
You guys caught up, but I made it.
So far right now, no holes at all in the lineup for San Antonio X Factor. Looking like an early favorite here. So can they keep putting it on? Moscow Red Legion. Moscow Red Legion trying to find those off-the-break shots, and it looks like they finally got one on Grayson Goff, and also it looks like Archie Montemayor and Billy Bernaccia. Is that Billy Bernaccia? Another. So 4 bodies dropping early.
Oh, but minor penalty, Maddie, on the far side of the field. You see Moscow getting the snake, but on the other side of the field, and Dorito side of the field, getting a minor penalty. So there's nobody over there right now.
So there's still 1 body left alive for San Antonio X Factor on that D side of the field. And it looks like there's only 2 bodies left alive for Moscow. So Moscow carved a gigantic hole in the lineup for San Antonio X Factor with just Colt Roberts left alive, but they lost a lot of bodies doing it. So let's see if Colt Roberts can pull off this low body situation. It's 2-on-1 right now. Kirill Pridny and Kuchgaskev. So Kirill Pridny in the snake. Kuchgaskev now spreading the field. That's the smart play. Colt Roberts focusing on Pridny. So Kirill playing it smart, waiting for his guy to spread the field. That's the smart play in a situation like this.
Also, 14 seconds left in that minor penalty. He'll come out, so it's going to be a 3-on-1 here really quick.
Might as well blow the horn.
Yeah, good call, Todd. I was just about to say that.
Yeah, so Todd, just as you called it, they did exactly that, which essentially what that means is with that minor penalty, only 7 seconds left on it. However, you know, if you first time tuning in, hey man, 5 guys out there that play at one time on your team. So if you lose one guy, it's 20% of your firepower. So for 7 seconds, Moscow Red Legion is still going to have Fabrice Colombo in that penalty box. So they're going to be starting with 4. San Antonio X Factor is going to throw this bad point away. Score is 5-1. We'll see if Moscow Red Legion can continue to get back in this game. 12 minutes and 17 seconds to go. We'll be right back. So welcome back here, and it's been pretty much all X Factor. However, they need to be careful. They lost 4 bodies very early on, got a couple bodies shot off the break. It looked like, I think, 2 bodies shot off the break and then maybe 2 out of their bunkers. They all died so quick, it was really tough to tell. Also, you know, follow us on Instagram and like us on Facebook and help us spread the gospel, man. We're watching the best in the world throw down this weekend here at the World Cup, and thank you for supporting us here at PBA. So let's see on the split screen right now, Red Legion about to get their body out of the box. And it looks like he's able to make it out clean, but X Factor, Billy Bernaccia, all the way past the 50-yard line. 4 bodies left alive, but not for long, as Billy Bernaccia's got that crossfield shot. Looks like he might have got one in the back, and he did. So good kill for Billy Bernaccia.
Yeah, he took real quick advantage of that. They're shooting this guy in the corner consistently on the snake side, but Billy Bernaccia taking the walk, but not before he gets 2 quick bodies, Matty.
Yeah, he did his job. And he's got Archie right behind him, and then they also got another player right behind him, Michael Kovar. So still 2 bodies on this snake side here to try to put the 6 point on the board, come within 1 of taking this win. And right now, they're just trying to count all the bodies.
I think that's it, actually.
Yeah, looking over, seeing lots of Red Legion players walking towards that pit.
So that's going to, I mean, if the flag hang is clean, which it looked like it's going to be, that's going to put X Factor up 6-1 against Moscow Red Legion, which is not looking good right now.
Well, the thing is that Moscow, they need to blow the horn. I was going to say, blow the horn. You need as much time as possible. You're now down by 5. So every second is going to count if you want to try to mount a comeback.
And we've seen it before by these guys. They've been down by 5 before. I think it was against 187. Look at this replay real quick against Billy Bernaccia.
Oh, that was that gun. He lost that gunfight right there. No, actually, he traded out with them.
Right.
You see it from the opposite side as Krill Peridny traded out right there with Billy Bernaccia. But, Chris, like you had pointed out, not before Billy got himself 2. So, hey, man, if you're the one on the snake side and you can get 2 kills before you come off, you did your job.
Absolutely. You know, and you know, they did a good job getting that G on the break. They're shooting this guy consistently, Todd, coming out to this corner. You talked about it. You got to get out to that corner. You can't run and gun, and that's what Moscow Red Legion is trying to do. You can't do that, as you said earlier, because there's just too many shots if you want to shoot that lane.
Yeah, and X Factor just doing a really good job of getting to a position where they can shoot that guy. And, you know, you saw Ryan Brand right before that point walk out and tell Archie, you got to come to right here and shoot that guy right into the corner, and that's precisely what he did.
So X Factor 1 point away from taking this game here, their first game of the tournament here at the World Cup. And if they could put this 7-1 score up, that would be huge for their point spread. So as it breaks down, each team gets 4 games in the prelims. So the first thing is your win and loss record, but then it goes to point differential after that. So every single point is crucial out here in both the champs and the challengers division.
And there you see X Factor on the field. That's Ninos, Kemp, Yang, Jordan, and Grayson Goff. Coming on for X Factor, Golev, Kuchgashev, Pizon, Vulu, and Kuhn for Moscow Red Legion. And, you know, right now, San Antonio X Factor just doing a better job of executing on the snake side, getting the kills early, filling into the spots, going to positions where they can shoot people on the break, and then filling out spots to control that side.
Yeah, this is a simple game plan field. You have to win on the snake side. You need to try to shoot as many players off the break as possible. The D side and the center definitely are going to play a factor, but not as much as this snake. And the two teams that have been the most impressive in the 3 games that we've seen so far this morning is Moscow Red Legion and Infamous. And they've done exactly that.
You know, once again, shooting this corner guy on the snake side of the field, and then taking another one real quick and getting all the way into the snake, Matty.
Yeah, well, he's trying to make it snake corner bunker. I don't know if he made it out alive.
He did. I think he did make it.
I think he did. Had a couple guns on him, but Ninos all the way in the snake, way past the 50-yard line. You can see there on your screen, Ninos, and you can see by his hand signals, he's trying to get people to talk to him and tell him where the bodies are. And then it looks like Ninos is trying to get a crossfield shot.
Oh, he does.
That's great. Yeah, so he had to tuck into that bunker because there is a bunker in the way on that crossfield shot. Still was able to get it. So now there's just one player left alive here. Snake back bunker.
Oh, there he goes. That's gonna do it right there for Moscow Red Legion. Textbook paintball by X Factor. I talked about filtering 2 and 3 people in the snake earlier, and X Factor did just that very, very effectively.
Yeah, that was some solid work by X Factor to polish this game out. And yeah, man, and X Factor looks really good right now.
Yeah, I think I got nothing. I mean, they're shooting lanes effectively, really quick on the break. Went up 7-1 against Moscow Red Legion, which point spread's gonna be +6 right now.
Yeah, obviously that one point where they lost 4 bodies, you know, in sequential order and right away, that was the only thing, and only even close to a hiccup that they had. They knocked it right off and came right back and performed. So, you know, an early favorite here is San Antonio X Factor.
Maddie, how much do you think winning this event last year plays into their confidence in how they prepare and come to perform for the event this year?
I think it's a kind of a crucial mixture of not only that, but also the fact that they played really well in the Challengers division and were beaten up on teams. And so the fact that they won this event last year and they're very confident, and the fact that they're really hungry because they're, you know, probably a little angry that they had to drop down to the Challengers division. So you combine the hunger that they have coming back in to prove themselves again with the confidence that they have from winning this event last year with essentially the same squad, just Mike Alcover's only difference, and that's a longtime member. Yeah, X Factor is going to be a scary team to play here at the 2014 World Cup. Next up, we got Art Chaos and Houston Heat. Before we go to a quick break, let's check in with Lauren Kelly with the winners.
Oh, that works.
Hey guys, I am standing down here with Colt Roberts and Arche Montemayor of X Factor. Congratulations. That was such an amazing game. You guys got 7 points, and I think you grabbed the flag with 10 minutes still left on the clock for that final point. What strategy or what plays were you running that enabled you to get those quick points so early on the board?
Well, to be honest, we were just shooting them off the break on both sides, and on this field in particular, you shoot one guy on one side, you can pretty much roll the whole side of the field, and that's, you know, we've been practicing that, getting those kills off the break. We're living, so that helps, and we're just flooding those sides as soon as we get this kill. So if you can get a kill off the break on one of these sides, you can really win the point pretty quickly.
Yeah, a lot of the teams have been saying that the snake side is the strongest side here, but you and Scott were doing an awesome job getting down the Dorito side. What's the best way to play those, or what have you guys seen is the best way to attack those off the break?
Well, like Archie said, there's really only one guy that stops you advancing on that side. That's their second Dorito guy, and we were having a lot of ability shooting at least one of them and then just double teaming that other guy, so we kind of had free releases up the side.
So coming into this, you obviously, it must have been in the back of your minds that this is the event you guys won last year. You want to do it again. You know how that feels. Did that change your confidence or how you practiced coming into World Cup this time around?
I would say no, but maybe deep down it does a little bit. But you know, we try to say that it's 1 point at a time. It doesn't really matter where the hell we are. Yeah, it's nice to say we're here and we won it last year, but right now that really doesn't mean shit. So we're just taking it 1 point at a time, trying to win our matches and hopefully make it on to Sunday.
All right, well, they did win their first match of the day versus Moscow Red Legion. Next up, we have Heat versus Art Chaos, which is going to be a great match. You never really know what to expect from either team. Who do you guys think is going to take that one?
Well, Art Chaos coming off the win at the Millennium, I think is going to be coming in hot. But like you said, you know, Heat's a great team, and who knows, it's going to be a great game.
Archie?
I'm going with Art Chaos for sure. I think they're just a little more consistent.
All right, we'll see if they're right. Stay tuned. Let's go to Art Chaos.